Alright, what's up you guys? This is Devin from Century Effects Studios and we're back with another video. Today we're going to be talking about the 70-200 lens. Now today, as you already know, for those of you who are experienced with cameras, that this is a Canon 70-200 lens because of the way it looks. Canon is the only one that brands their lens with this mattish, beigeish, whitish, black two-tone color, and it's served them very well in their own branding because a lot of photographers know this look, whether it's their 400 millimeters, whether it's their 500 millimeters, whether it's their 100 to 400s, whether it's their 35 to 350s. All of their telephoto zoom lenses that are of high quality are marked with this kind of white to black ratio here. But that's just Canon. Now Nikon makes a 70-200, Sony makes a 70-200, and I'm pretty sure there's more lens manufacturers that make equivalents to 70-200 2.8s. But we're gonna make a series of the 70-200 2.8 all about why it is an awesome lens, why you should have this legendary lens in your kit bag. Now with that being said, today we're going to be talking about 5 reasons why you should have this lens, point blank period, why it's popular. Now these are just 5 reasons, but these are probably some of the reasons that stand out most. Number 5 would be build quality. Now the build quality is second to none on the 70-200. It feels all metal in the hands, it feels sturdy, rugged. You could probably hurt somebody, like Kai said with it. Kai from Digital Rev said you could probably hit somebody over the head with it, but you probably shouldn't do that. But with that being said, it is a really sturdy lens. I've dropped it a couple of times and I can attest to its sturdiness. It is just a workhorse lens. That 70-200 focal range with this durability is just a workhorse. And with that being said, that workhorse durability, it comes into play when you're in football situations, when you're in wildlife situations, when you're in portrait situations where you might be running into things that might damage your lens. So this workhorse 70-200 focal distance lends you to a whole bunch of different places that you might go and people that you might meet and people that might smash into your lens and smack it, especially football players. In other words, basketball players sometimes, lacrosse players, any kind of sports into action, dance, anything of that nature. So that being said, track, Olympics, this is the lens to have. Every professional photographer who does something like the Olympics is going to have a 70-200. It's almost a given. So this durability is going to be needed because you're going to be stuck in a lot of situations where you're going to just need a lens to perform, and that's what this workhorse is. So number 5 would be build quality. Number 4 would be aesthetics and looks. Now you might be saying, oh well, Devin, the smaller cameras can do just as good as the big cameras. The Sony A7 whatever, the Sony A series, even though it's small, even though the 70-200 don't look as good, this, that, and the other, or they don't have as many, it should be good. Well, don't get your panties in a bunch. I already know what you're about to say. And yeah, the smaller cameras can do a great job, even if they have 70-200 equivalents that are not even as big and as bulky and looks as good as this. But perception is reality, and if I show up to a wedding with a 70-200 on a 5D body or a big body, I'm going to get a lot more respect, a lot more callbacks, a lot more cards are going to be given, a lot more everything is going to happen for me as a photographer because people are going to see professional and they're going to think professional. I might not even know how to use 2.8 on this lens. I might not even know how to use the 200 millimeter end of this lens and blow out the background. But if it looks like I'm a professional photographer, looks can deceive you even if I don't know how to use it. So with that being said, perception is reality when it comes to this lens, and you're going to look professional out there in the field. A lot of people are going to like the fact that you have a 70-200 because it makes them feel like, oh, well, he cared about this event. He cares about his work ethic. He cares about his job. He cares about his finished results. That's why he has all this expensive equipment out there with him. But with all that being said, 70-200 for looks, because this is going to make you look professional in the eyes of your clients or anybody else you're trying to impress. Number 3 would be usability. Now, a lot of people don't really give usability enough attention. When I get out to a football game or a basketball game or a soccer game or wildlife, I'm doing wildlife or anything, I might be doing landscapes with this, because professional landscape photographers, what they'll do is use this collar here and make it go vertical or horizontal, most of the time vertical with telephoto lenses, and then stitch that high quality image together with several different segments. With all that being said, the 70-200 has a lot of uses, and if you know how to use it to its maximum extent, then you'll get a lot more than most people might think. Most people might think that this is just a sports lens and that you can just shoot sports with it and go out and do that and reach places that you were never able to reach at a high quality, wide open aperture. But this lens has so many other uses that we never even think about. Nowadays, people use the 70-200 for portraiture and being able to zoom in and throw it at 2.8 and blur out the background and stuff like that. And it is a sturdy, usable lens that I know that I'm going to get results. I hate being out in the field and having a cheap lens that makes a mouse killing noise and then not being able to focus exactly where I wanted to focus because the focus engine is not the best focus engine, and maybe it's been dropped maybe once and now it doesn't work because it's a cheap lens. But this is the exact opposite. The usability on this lens is second to none. You can override the focus here. It's a nice smooth zoom, nice throw for video. You can use it for a whole bunch of things, and that's another reason why the 70-200 is an awesome lens to use. Now we're moving on to number 2, the focal distance. Focal distance 70-200, that's 3 times zoom in a high quality lens. You can't beat that. 3 times zoom is not the biggest zoom range, but from 70-200, that gives you a nice standard, a nice, mid telephoto, the long telephoto end.